witness, please state your name and occupation. I am the young storyteller under your tornado. Even if my performance isn't worth watching, I will certainly watch my words. I won't want to say anything thoughtless and get arrested. After all, that'd be a record. No. Thank you, everybody. Good night.
Hold it!
You can't leave yet. You only just introduced yourself. Oh, my. Are you a fan of mine, miss? Would you like my autograph? One moment. Ow! What do you think you're doing? I need to stand on the ceremony. My friend deserves a fan after all. A fan for a fan. Nice one. Oh, what if it isn't Simon? How are you on this fine day, sir? Quite a deli of a pickle we found ourselves in, wouldn't you say? I don't believe I've ever seen you talk quite so much, Uendo. I'm performed in a place like this, you know. I got butterflies there, can't you see? Why do I always get the weird ones? Pardon me, witness. As much as I enjoy your banter, I believe we have better return to the case at hand. I suppose you're right. In that case, I was promoted to Promoter yesterday and received the stage name of Uendo. This show was our way of celebrating my new name in middle rank standing. And then that happened. I never dreamed something like that happened. Not in a million years. And this is I got my chance to start repaying my debt to Shisho too. Yeah, first I'm worried about Giru. She clung to Shisho. Poor thing. I told her to keep her stiff upper lip. If like rigor mortis. Keep telling those lame jokes and Shisho will come scold you from the grave. I don't mind getting yelled at, you know, if it meant seeing him again. And Leo, please, as strong as your various characters are, isn't it in a rare goose stage? Let us hear your testimony now, witness. Tell the court about the evidence left at the scene, the proof of the accuser's guilt. I noticed Shisho's dying message right away. The stiff cards were right there next to the stiff, you see. Hey now, enough of the silly puns already. Anyway, I got the meaning right away. I knew it must have been talking about Bucky. That was the master's final message, left as he was drowning in sober broth. It's so like Shisho not to write Bucky's name outright. Plain and simple wasn't his style. Well, that was certainly a more entertaining testimony than usual. The variety of characters performed by the witness was absolutely splendid. Splendid. But he shouldn't be performing any characters in the first place, Your Honor! And Unryo, the motor weapon hasn't been determined yet. So how can you say that the victim was drowned in sober broth? It's obvious. All you have to do is look at the crime scene. He was drowned with his face shoved in a bowl. It's only natural to assume he was drowned in the broth for the noodles. Except we're not here to assume things, Undio, so please stick to just the facts. I might sound like a sober step to kill someone this way, wouldn't you say? If the killer said message he left behind, it's clear Bucky Wheat did it. Setting aside the issue of the motor weapon for now, that dying message certainly does seem to be irrefutable evidence. Indeed, it proves the absolute guilt of the accused. Even I've got to admit, I can't see how the message could mean anything else. Bucky used Soba for the deed, to get back the Soba shop deed. This testimony makes Mr. Wheat look super guilty. I have to do something. That's his conclusive evidence. What a farce. What do you mean, Simon? What's this? I thought you said you weren't planning on asking me for help. I did and I won't, thank you very much. Someone must have found an inconsistency in the testimony. I better listen carefully and try to see what he found. I noticed Seashow's dying message right away. The stiff cards were right there next to the stiff, you see. Now, enough of the silly puns already. Anyway, I got the meaning right away. I knew it must have been talking about Bucky. That was the Master's final message left as he was drowning in Soba broth.
Objection!
There's a contradiction in Uendo's testimony. And what you care to explain well, Miss Sykes? Certainly, Your Honor. According to the autopsy report, nothing unusual was found in the victim's lungs. Yes, it does say that, doesn't it? If he had drowned in a bowl of soba, then there should have been soba broth in his lungs. But since there wasn't any, it means the victim was suffocated with something other than soba broth. What? This is the contradiction you noticed, isn't it, Simon? Not bad at all. I guess I showed you. Drowning in the soba broth wasn't the cause of death. It was the victim's face thrust into that bowl. Tifu Tornado's face was thrusted into the bowl. Because no soba broth was discovered in the victim's lungs, instead must have been placed into the bowl after he was killed. And that's where the soba broth must have been spilled onto the Karuga cards. In other words, the victim could not have lined the cards up as he was drowning. I see. So it was done after he was already dead. But why would the culprit do such a thing? I'm afraid I don't know yet. Objection! You boast of psychological expertise that you cannot determine such a simple motive. My sides are liable to split at the absurdity. What? I suppose you know why? Of course. Dislocating the body in that manner indicates a strong sense of enmity on the part of the perpetrator. Yes, that does make sense. It certainly paints a clear picture of the culprit's intense feelings towards the victim. Feelings of resentment over the theft of the sober subsidy, no doubt. That's great. Now the judge is an even more unfavorable impression of Bucky.
Silence!
Must he come undone at every juncture? If the culprit had time enough to set up Master Tornado's body, do you think they would have honestly failed to notice the dying message? Good point. The cards were right in front of his body, after all. Honestly speaking, there's no way the culprit could have missed that, huh? Objection! But was the accused wrestler at the time, given the way he stormed out of the room?
Silence!
Never mind that. I have something more important to ask you, Uendo. Me? You saw the career cards firsthand, did you not? Would you care to tell us about them in a bit more detail? Those sunny crime scene photos show us precisely that of what I wish to know. One of those cards are from Shisa's special Soba Scenes of Tokyo past set. Each card is related in some way to Soba. Spell me the history lesson. Just tell me how the cards looked at the scene and no more. Well, there was Soba bar spelled all over them. That's not much help, I'm afraid. Obscure Shanmari, do you have a photo that showed the cards more clearly? I do. Please accept this meager offering, Your Honor. Oh my! What delightful looking cards! Well. Jam prosecutors, sad monks, conclusive evidence of blood said agrees with this. Huh? Don't tell me you haven't noticed. Don't be silly. Of course I have. I don't know anything, but I can't exactly say that now, can I? Miss Sykes, do you really see a problem with the prosecutor's claim about these cards? Well, go on then. Alright, it's do or die. All I have to do is say the picture and these cards. These cards were rearranged. But how can you tell? Please take a good look at these cards, Your Honor. The answer is right in front of us. What exactly should we be looking at, Miss Sykes? Please focus your attention on the sober broth stains on these cards. The outlines of these stains don't match up with the largest stain on the table. Oh, would you look at that? You're absolutely right. And please recall that the sober broth was spilled and got on the cards after the murder, when the victim's face was placed in the bowl. Yes, go on. By the stains, we can see that the culprit deliberately rearranged the cards after that. In other words, this message was altered in order to pin the crime on my client. What? Then, if we put the cards back in their original positions, we can restore the evidence and see who the cards were really pointing towards. That's true. Palukan. Then what are we waiting for? Let's do this. All I have to do is rearrange the cards so that the stains match up. Let's see. What was this that we called originally? Perfect. Okay, the H card is next. Let's see, where was this H card originally? Yes, now the E card. Let's see, where was this E card? Perfect match. Next up, the T card. Great, that fits right in there. Now the N card. Let's see, where was this N card originally? There, that looks good. Now O. Nice, almost done now. The last card is 4. Let's see, what was this card originally? So the message wheat number 4 was originally supposed to say Owen 4th. And this original message is not clue to the identity of the true culprit. What? That indecent look of obscure sad monk's face is positively priceless. This is absurd. So was it Owen 4th? Was it week number 4? Maybe the lawyer's smarter than we thought. Order the court. Well, I never would have imagined that there was more to these cards than meets the eye. So now that that's settled, what does this Owen 4th mean? Wait, am I? Or is he supposed to provide an explanation? Of course it's you! But I haven't thought that far yet. Change the cards around all you like, but if you cannot explain what the message means, then it is as ruthless as you are, defense. No! And so the spring chick that fancies itself a graceful swan is brought back down to earth. I have to do something, but what? Still your thoughts for a second. There's a perfectly good witness to question over there. All right, it's a good idea. Come on, Athena, get a hold of yourself. Uendo, does the phrase Owen 4th mean anything to you? No. One named Owen in the Trio family or our circle of friends. Go ahead and ask anybody you'd like. You can't be serious! Having wonders through your empty mind, I see you have, as expected, turned up nothing.
Silence!
I'm afraid I have no idea who the devil this Owen 4th is either. But the fact remains that the cards are rearranged to pin the blame on Mr. Wheat. That in itself proves that the defendant isn't the real culprit. Prosecutor Blackwell is white. Besides, the important question here is not who does the message point to, but rather who rearranged the cards. Why didn't you point that out earlier if you already knew? Sorry. In any case, there were 2 opportunities for someone to rearrange the cards. The first was when Mr. Wheat entered the dressing room, and the second was when Uendo discovered the body. Are you accusing me of rearranging the cards? Me? You came to testify out of the goodness of my heart? Well, you didn't exactly come running out screaming straight away, did you? Even a mere 2 to 3 minutes is more than enough time to get up to some devilry. So what exactly were you doing in there, Uendo? Put down the tea and spit out your answer. Mr. Prosecutor? What you guys supposed to do at a time like this? Silence is more precious than Diamond's witness. Therefore, you need only stay silent. Defense is devious. They're waiting for you to make a slip of the tongue. Oh, I see. So that's what they're after, is it? In that case, Your Honor, I decide not to say another word. Very good. After all, your right to remain silent is protected by law. Well, Prosecutor Blackwell, any other brilliant ideas you'd like to share? Did you hear that, sex donor? Alright, everyone, it's the way to speak. Who'd ever thought of such a thing? Are you trying to taunt him into talking? Such a pretty chick would never walk. That's right, I'm not going to fall for it. I'm only asking to hear your story. Besides, it's not your job to tell your tale as if there's an audience to listen. Even so, I have the right to refuse to answer. The more you keep quiet, the more we want you to talk. That's simply human nature. Isn't that right, people of the gallery? wonderful audience in front of you, you still refuse to talk? If so, then perhaps you chose the wrong line of work, my friend. Are you saying I should quit? Because I'm not afraid to speak my mind, I'll have you know. Oh no, never mind what I just said. It is scary to talk. It's definitely terrifying. But no, as a regular artist, I must talk. If I don't, how can I ever show my face on stage again? Your Honor, I'm ready to testify. He did it. He managed to convince Uendo with his power of suggestive technique. Bully for you, Uendo. That's as a real regular artist should be. Alright, if the witness wishes to testify, then by all means, please do. To be turned by such an obvious ploy, what a man of weak spirit! After my performance, I went to visit Shisho. I called to him from outside the room, but he didn't reply. When I entered the dressing room, I saw Shisho slumped over the table, motionless. From what I can tell, there do not appear to be any inconsistencies in the testimony. Of course there aren't any, because I'm not trying to hide anything. Whiskey said Marty's right. I don't see anything inconsistent either. I did pick up on some faint discord in Undeo's heart. Ponder all you would like defense, but it is pointless. Your Honor, I believe there is no need for further deliberation. Hold it! I disagree, Your Honor. I detect discord in the voice of the witness's heart. There's a clear indication that Uendo is facing some sort of inner turmoil. Are you saying what I think you're saying, Miss Sykes? Yes, Your Honor. The defense would like to conduct a quick therapy session on this witness.
Objection!
Uendo, there's no need for you to submit to this so-called therapy. It's fine by me. I have nothing to hide. Bring it on. Impurious fool! Why were you not to listen to the guidance of this humble servant of the Holy Mother? If the witness wishes to proceed, I see no problem, prosecutor. In one ear and out the other. It seems this performer has no need for your so-called guidance, prosecutor, sad monk. Just know this, Uendo. Your folly was solely on you, divine retribution. Thanks, Hyman. I'm going to make the most of this opportunity you created for me. Just keep your wits about you. I will. Uendo, could you tell us again about what happened in the dressing room? After my performance, I went to visit Shisho. I called him from outside the room, but he didn't reply. When I entered the dressing room, I saw Shisho slumped over the table, motionless. Uendo, I'm noticing something strange with these emotions. Something strange with cheesy toe skins, you say? No, something strange with these emotions! How could you have heard something strange with cheesy toe skin? I don't know. Maybe it's me who's got some cheese in my ears. Did he roll the floor to open up and swallow his cushions out of shame for that bad joke? The point I'm trying to make is when I notice something unexpected in your emotions. Now stop hiding and come out where we can see you! Bailiff, please bring the witness a few replacement cushions. So what was this unexpected thing you noticed? Oh, come on. His Honor said a few cushions, not a few dozen! Now that we've all had a good laugh, please continue, Miss Sykes. Who's laughing? Focus, Athena. Don't let yourself get rattled. When you entered the room and saw your master slumped motionless over the table, you weren't the least bit shocked, Leo. Don't you think that's a little odd? Is it though? Lack of surprise means you were prepared for what you saw. And I think I know why. The reason Leo wasn't shaken when he saw his master's dead body is because... Leo, I think maybe the reason you weren't shaken was because you already knew you would find your master dead. What kind of thing is that to say? You got it all wrong. Oh, wait, I just remembered something. I thought Caesar was just sleeping when I first saw him. You thought he was sleeping? It sounds plausible, but... What made you think he was asleep? Well, he had his heart and arms up on the table as if he were taking a nap. Oh, and another thing. There was that note, too. A note? What note? He must be talking about this. It appears to have been written by the victim. Allow me to read it. Resting, do not disturb. Yes, that's the note I saw. After reading that, who wouldn't think Shisha was napping? That is a pretty reasonable assumption. You gotta be kidding me. That's right, I saw this note, so that's why I thought Shisha was asleep. I want to change my testimony to include that statement. Alright, I want an update. After my performance, I went to visit Shisho. I called to him from outside the room. He didn't reply. When I opened the door, I thought he was sleeping. But something seemed off, so I rushed over to him.
Got it!
Uendo, I noticed something funny in your emotions again. Funny, you say? I guess an entertainer of my caliber can make people laugh even with my emotions. I didn't mean that kind of funny. Quite the opposite, actually. When you entered the dressing room, I see that you suddenly felt anger. What I want to know is, what made you feel angry all of a sudden? What? Let's see. Oh yeah, I remember. As I was going in, I whacked my little piggy on something. I was annoyed at my own clumsiness. Wait, you mean you stubbed your pinky toe? Just a little bump on my little piggy. No big deal. It's embarrassing, really. Sounds more like he's hiding something. I better dig a bit deeper. No need to be embarrassed, Uendo, but I'm afraid it's something we do need to look into. I don't really see anything you could have stubbed your toe on. The area around the dressing room door in this picture. Maybe there was something there at the time. Uendo, what exactly did you stub your toe on?
Objection!
What an irrelevant question. You dishonor the soul of the victim with these unnecessary delays. You tell her, really, who doesn't stub their toe every once in a while? You really gotta fuss over every small detail like this? Well, the thing is... Even the most subtle functions in a person's psyche can clue them to the truth. That's why it's important to get to the bottom of this question. Plus, if I back down now, who knows what new Simon will hold my way? Is there really no trace left of what Uendo stuffed his toe on by the door? I wonder what would have been there, but it's not there now. Please take a good look at this photo of the crime scene. You see it? This long track that goes from the door all the way across the room. Now that you mention it, I do see traces of something getting dragged. And the drag mark ends there at the TV. It's implies that the TV was originally by the door. I'm convinced that this TV is the object that witness stubbed his toe on. Well, Uendo, how about it? Yes, you're right. It was the TV. Yeah, the noise level dropped again. Yes, I stubbed my pinky toe on the TV. But what of it? Why is this so important to you? So the noise went down, but it hasn't completely disappeared yet. Which means he's still hiding something. Okay, then let's try this tactic instead. Uendo, why was the TV moved there? CC must have moved it so he could watch my routine. But what a place to put it. Why in the middle of the doorway like that? I don't want to bump into it again, so I put it back where it belonged. Performances on stage can be viewed in the dressing room using that TV. That's right. It's a closed-circuit monitor that shows the stage. I see. Now what? I can't find anything else out of place. I still haven't gotten the noise level down to 0 yet. Simon, I'm still getting noise here, but I don't see anything else fishy. This is precisely why amateurs are such a bother. Sorry. I'm in no mood to play nursemaid here, but if that's what it takes to save the soba shop. Oi, Uendo, here's a curiosity for you. This table Master Tornado stumped over looks like it was moved. Did you happen to bump into it while you were moving the TV back? Oh my, yes, you're right. The TV hit the table and Cecil's body moved in with a jolt. That's when I first realized that Cecil was dead. Oh, but how scared I was. I see. Thank you. We're finally getting a more precise picture of how the body was discovered. Brad wager you need to put the sports Uendo just a trifle longer. Right. I can't keep asking Simon to bail me out like this. It's time for me to regain my footing and really stand on my own. Uendo, what you said just now about discovering your master's death? Could you please describe all of that again for the court in detail? Alright. But before you do, let me just plug in the latest information. After my performance, I went to visit Shisho. I called to him from outside the room, but he didn't reply. When I opened the door, I thought he was sleeping. I tried to enter the dressing room, but stubbed my toe on the TV. When I put the TV back in its normal spot, I realized that Cecil was dead. Seeing him slumped over that cluttered table. Cecil.
Got it!
That's odd. After the initial shock of finding the victim dead, you reacted with surprise again. What was it that surprised you, Uendo, besides your master's death? What do you mean? What's more, you were even more surprised the second time than the first. What could have surprised you more than finding your late master? Such me. Your little thingy must have made a mistake.
Silence!
The gauze are sharp as a trout, to be sure. But her ability to heal people's emotions is absolute. Now get to remembering, Uendo. What was it that surprised you? That was a compliment, right? Well, No, we pushed him too hard. Now he's mentally all over the place. His emotions are completely out of control. Out of control? Care to explain how that's relevant? You know how normally I listen for the hidden emotions in a witness's voice, right? And now I look for inconsistencies between the testimony and those emotions. Sometimes a person's feelings can run too high, making it hard to get proper readings. So that's how your Matrix program works? Fascinating. Ordinarily, it's this one emotion that runs out of control. It seems there's nothing ordinary about it this time. After my performance, I went to visit Shisho. I called him from outside the room, but he didn't reply. When I opened the door, I thought he was sleeping. I tried to enter the dressing room and stubbed my toe on the TV. When I put the TV back in its normal spot, I realized that Cecil was dead. Seeing him slumped over that cluttered table. Oh, Cecil. I knew it. What's got your knickers all up once now? Uendo has multiple emotions running out of control at the same time. I've never seen anything like this, ever. So does that one bring a solution like this back under control? I have to find the root cause of this tangled mess before I can treat him. I can identify what is causing this emotional rampage. I can probe to divide it further. I need to point to what I think is the root cause and hit probe again. In this process, I can identify exactly what's causing Uendo so much distress. That will bring back his emotions back under control. Let's get started, shall we? Alright, I can't guarantee success, but it's definitely worth a shot. Let's look for the root cause of Undeo's rampaging emotions. After my performance, I went to visit Shisho. I called to him from outside the room, but he didn't reply. When I opened the door, I thought he was sleeping. I tried to enter the dressing room and stubbed my toe on the TV. When I put the TV back in its normal spot, I realized that Shisho was dead. Seeing him slumped over that cluttered table. Oh, Shisho.
Got it!
I get now. The cards are the root of it all. Don't try to deny it. You can't hide your feelings from me. The dying message that was left at the scene of the crime is what was causing your distress. If the dying message was the cause of all those feelings, then that means the phrase own proof must mean something to you. There. Noise level 0. Finally. The dying message consists of 2 words. Owen and Forth. But neither of those 2 words have anything to do with this witness. The subject wants no further argument. So, there may not seem to be any direct connection between Uendo and the message. For now. Why don't you wait and decide what's necessary after you hear my theory? I just you hit upon something, Athena. If my theory is right, we can finally solve the case of Uendo and the mysterious Owen Forth. We'll go on then. I can already tell this process to be interesting. Now please share your theory with the court, Miss Sykes. There was something puzzling to me about Undeo's out-of-control emotions just now. Namely, that there were 3 distinct reactions present. I'd never seen that before, and I wondered how it could be possible. Yours. Hold your horses, I'm getting there! So, could a person fit between 3 distinct emotions of such intensity like a switch? In the end, I conclude that it just wasn't possible. So that's it, is it? A bit unconventional, but I'll grant that it's possible within the realm of psychology. Within the realm of psychology? I'm afraid you have to explain it for the old man up here on the bench. Your Honor, my theory is that Uendo... With so many distinct personalities, it's clear to me that Uendo has this dissociative identity disorder. If I mispronounced it, I'm so sorry. What does that even mean? Your Honor, the defense will treat this trial as a child's jest. Multiple personality disorder. A preposterous proportion, indeed. Proposition, indeed. Would you not agree, witness? How did he know? How did he figure it out? Luca! I can't believe it. I did it. I did it, Simon. I've read papers on it before, but to think I've seen a case of it for myself. Blimey, a review artist tells stories as different characters but as different personalities. Hey you, lawyer guy. You got a problem with us, huh? No problem at all. This is all very hard to believe, but now that we've established that the witness has multiple personalities, could each of them please introduce themselves to this court? Uendo Tornado, I'm a very good storyteller, as you know. Hello everybody, Pat is the funny tester here. Kisira. And is that all of you? Yes, that's all of us. So there are 3 personalities in total. Uendo, Patsis, and Kisagara, huh? Well, Simon, what do you think now? That you're one lucky duck. Just be glad they were dense enough to help you out. Can't you just straight up and say I did great for a change? You appear to be quite proud of your self-defense. But all you have done is infringe upon the privacy of the witness. I couldn't disagree more, prosecutor. Now we know that there are 3 personalities. A new way for us to interpret the meaning of a certain piece of evidence has arisen. A new interpretation? Oh, now I'm very curious. What is this piece of evidence you're talking about, Miss Sykes? Knowing what we know about Uendo and his personalities, this now makes perfect sense.
Take that!
The country records? That's right, Your Honor. Recall the original dying message left at the scene. We didn't have a clue as to what Owen Forth could possibly mean. But now, with this new information about Uendo and his personalities, is it possible that Owen Forth actually means a secret 4th personality of Undeo's? A personality named Owen? What? Paluca? And you must have kept this source of identity disorder from us because he don't want to be associated in any way with that dying message. No, that's not why. We kept the disorder secret for a different reason altogether. We didn't take advantage of our affections like out various review characters. If words of this cut out well, our reputation as a review artist would be tarnished, as would the Tornado name. That's why we kept it a secret from everyone except members of the Tornado school. But really, there is no fourth personality. It's just the three of us in here. A plausible enough sounding story. But it doesn't prove you didn't rearrange the cards, does it? But I will concede it is highly likely that the witness rearranged the cards. So is somebody actually agreeing with us? However, it is not also possible that the accused killed Nazi Tornado. And then left that message in order to frame the witness. Upon noticing the cards, when he found the victim's body under rearranged.
Silence!
A fantastic tale, but a tale nonetheless. No one outside the chair screamed me about Dio's multiple personalities. Dio just finished saying so himself. And that is true, but ultimately meaningless. The witness was only in the dressing room for 2 to 3 minutes. That's far too little time to commit murder, what did you say?
Objection!
And who's to say he couldn't have done it before his discovery?
Objection!
Spring chick memory of yours. You already forgotten prosecutor Bracco's testimony. Testimony? Oh. You escorted me to the dressing room. We heard the sound of a review being performed from within. Thinking the master was rehearsing, we decided to remain in the hall until he was done. That's right. Until just a few moments before Uendo entered the dressing room, Tornado was confirmed to still be alive. No! Not only that, but Uendo was on stage until just before he discovered the body. A bulletproof alibi that I have already confirmed with several audience members. Oh no! I also heard that his regular performance that day was a steaming pile of... Well, you get the picture. Yes, I'm afraid so. But I stuck up the stage, I did. And yet I have a perfect alibi. Indeed, why not land the coup de grace on the fence by describing your alibi witness? Okie dokie smoky!